if you pay really close attention or just listen to the segment, because I'm going to point it out, you could argue that I have a hypocritical component to my thinking in a couple of different areas here. Just the one area, actually, but a couple different situations is what I was trying to get at there. So, Texas Tech and Penn State are teams that I'm buying this year wholeheartedly. More, as much as anyone realistically can, I'm buying Texas Tech and Penn State. They haven't proven it on the field, but is the potential there? Yes, absolutely. The ingredients are there. They just need to be properly mixed to get the recipe we're looking for. They've been a little off, a little undercooked, a little overcooked. The pan wasn't greased properly. You overcooked the meat before putting it into whatever you made that went into the oven, so it got a little overdone. It was a little dry. I could say the same thing about Brian Kelly and big week 1 games. First of all, let me applaud LSU, as I have before and will continue to do, because LSU is not someone that lacks quality non-conference opponents. Do I wish they had 10 Power 4 opponents? I do. Do they make about as difficult of a 9 Power 4 game conference schedule with a quality non-conference game as you can? Yeah, they're trying their best out there, because LSU starts the season at Clemson, who, as every day passes, I get closer and closer to making my preseason national championship pick. I really do. Brian Kelly has not proven to me, and this could be the year, top-ranked transfer portal class, veteran quarterback who I love, by the way. The two guys that I love as much as anyone, not that no one else likes them, but I love them at quarterback. Garrett Nussmeier, Josh Hoover, LSU and TCU respectively. It has nothing to do with the fact that they are both 3-letter acronym schools that end with U. So, Clemson is a game that really is reminiscent for Brian Kelly's LSU teams. They kept playing Florida State, lost. They played USC week 1 last year, lost. And I could make the same case about LSU, but I don't call it a gut instinct. I'm not going to trust Brian Kelly in that spot. Not in a true road game environment against Dabo Swinney, the way that I'm trusting Texas Tech and Penn State. And heck, Brian Kelly only has to do it for 1 game. But that's how little confidence I have in Brian Kelly to win that game. Fear not, LSU fans. This is not a dunk on the Tigers sort of segment. Clemson could make a run to the national championship game. I've compared them to Ohio State from a year ago. High level of returning production, a good team from the year before, experienced coach who's proven he can win in big spots, but is still trying to prove one more thing. For Ryan Day, that was win a national championship at all. For Dabo, it's win a national championship in the modern era. I think Clemson could go 10-2 and win the national championship. I think they're going to beat LSU at home week 1. Phenomenal game. The week 1 slate of college football is so good. Kansas State, Iowa State will be really fun in week 0. Week 1 rocks. Georgia Tech at Colorado, LSU at Clemson, Miami at Notre Dame, just to name a few. Oh, Ohio State hosting Texas. Pretty good. Week 1 is going to slap. At Clemson, I'm taking LSU to lose. They're only going to lose 1 time the rest of the season, though. Louisiana Tech, win. Florida at home, win. I don't trust Billy Napier. I don't know what's going on with DJ Lagway and the injury situation there. Let's monitor that closely, because that could have some serious ramifications in the SEC. Southeast Louisiana, of course, that's a win. At Ole Miss, I think LSU is a step forward team. I think Ole Miss is a step back team this year. South Carolina, that was quite the game a year ago, but that was at South Carolina. Gamecocks going to Death Valley. They might have to endure some chants that I will not repeat on this particular show. But Pat McAfee might get a crowd to repeat on game day if it wound up being that sort of matchup, as we've seen before. I think they beat South Carolina. I love Lenora Sellers. Who doesn't? He's exciting to watch. Going on the road, yeah, you gotta give me more than being my preseason number 5 team in the SEC. LSU is my preseason number 4. So if you give me the 4-team over the 5-team at home, yeah, I'm going to go with my own rankings there. At Vanderbilt the next week, win. Texas A&M at home, win. Here comes loss number 2 at Alabama, who I really like. I think Bama goes 11-1, gets to the SEC championship game. And again, tiebreakers can get all crazy and whatnot. Let's just focus on what the records are going to be and where that puts you. Because, by the way, 10-2 in the Big Ten or SEC, we've seen that's getting you in the playoff. I think LSU is a playoff team this year. At Alabama's a loss. And then let's close with 3 straight wins. Arkansas, that late season SEC cupcake is right there. Western Kentucky. It's not an FCS opponent. It's a Conference USA. That's not going to matter one bit. At Oklahoma, I like what the Sooners have done this offseason. I think they're a solidly respectable team. I like LSU more. I've seen more Garrett Nussmeier in the SEC. I have seen a roster that was better than Oklahoma's last year get even better. I think Oklahoma will be an improved team. So too will LSU. And I'm not in the camp that thinks that Oklahoma is ready to make the jump and be a playoff team. I think they can win enough. I haven't done their record yet on the show. I think Oklahoma can win enough to keep Brent Venables' job. That better be, even with that schedule, at least 7, if not 8 wins, or Brent Venables might be shown the door and we'll have an SEC coaching vacancy, which we didn't have last offseason. So that'd be exciting to cover and whatnot. But you can book it down. LSU, 10-2, gets to the playoff, SEC title game. That's okay. Whether they get there, whether they don't, might depend on the tiebreakers and who they beat and who's there and all that sort of stuff. I like LSU. I'm a Garrett Nussmeier fan. Not everybody is. I'm one of those guys.